Hey there, my name is Tabitha and I am a trauma therapist. So a trauma therapist is somebody that works with people who have been through some really hard things and helps them feel better. So I know you have been through a really hard thing. And I just want to take a few minutes and sit with you and give you a skill that can help you feel hopefully a little bit better in the moment. I know that you have seen some things, experienced some things, and you might feel all sorts of stuff in your body and mind, or you might feel nothing at all. And first, I want to tell you that is super normal. We all respond to traumatic events differently, and you're not broken or a mess or whatever because of how you are responding. So I just want to first say that, because sometimes I think that we beat ourselves up because we are either feeling a lot of things or feeling nothing, or feeling a lot of things and then feeling nothing, and all of the things in between. So I just want to say that you're normal. Nobody has a playbook for trauma or disasters. Nobody does. Nobody has any expectation of, oh, if this is me, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I will respond. We're all a little bit different. And if we've had traumatic events in other places and times in our lives and then go through a disaster, then that is going to compound how we feel or don't feel. So I'm going to give you a skill today that might be helpful for you. If you find it helpful, return to it and practice it. If you don't find it helpful, forget you even saw this video. That's okay. Everybody is different and we all handle things differently and need different things. So what I'm going to teach you today is a little bit of self-tapping. And self-tapping uses bilateral stimulation. And that's just a fancy word for we do things on opposite sides of the body. And it just helps our whole brain and body get involved in the healing process. Nothing super fancy, just a little neuroscience. So you can either tap on your shoulders or on your knees or on the sides of your knees. Now, when I say tapping, I'm not saying beat yourself up. I'm saying it's a gentle tap, but we are going to do it at a pretty quick pace. So I'm going to demonstrate what is called the butterfly hug. So you're going to cross your arms over your chest like this. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Or if you're doing it, you're just going to leave your arms uncrossed and tap on your knees. So like if you're tapping on your knees, you'll kind of be like this, okay? So with the butterfly hug, we're just going to tap fast. Okay, just tap, 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 tap. Now what I want you to do while we're tapping is I want you to think this thought. I can process this and learn to cope with it. Okay? That's all we're going to think about. It's okay if you notice stuff come up in your body. It's okay to do it with your eyes open or your eyes closed. And it's okay if you cry. Or it's okay if you don't cry. Again, your response will be yours. So we're going to think this thought. I can learn to process this and cope with it. So let's start tapping. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. Again, your eyes can be open or closed. I can learn to process this and cope with it. Okay, we're going to stop and we're going to take a big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. One more time. Now we're going to tap again and think the same thing. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. can learn to process this and cope with it. Okay, we're going to stop and take another big deep breath. One more big deep breath. And tap again. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. I can learn to process this and cope with it. Okay, we're going to stop. Big deep breath. Now you can do this a few more times if it's good for you. You can stop here if it's good for you. One thing I do want to encourage you to do is a little bit of body movement. When I'm doing this and teaching these skills, I call it shaking it off like Taylor Swift. Sometimes after we do something like this, we'll notice a little bit of energy in our body, and we just want to close that circuit. So we're going to give ourselves a little wiggle. You can give yourselves a bigger wiggle if you need to. You can jump around, you can go for a walk. But anytime you feel that really strong energy or activation in your body, you definitely want to try to help it pass through. You're going to probably feel a lot of that, and that's okay. There is a lot going on. Anything that comes up for you is going to be okay, right? You're going to see and feel a lot of things. You might have dreams. All of that is super normal after a disaster event or a big traumatic event. Just want to let you know you're normal. If you feel like you're stuck and you need a little help getting through, or if you've had other traumatic events in your life and you're like, I cannot, I need a little help, I want to encourage you to reach out to a counselor. There are lots of them that are available after disaster experiences or even after traumatic events. If you need help finding someone, please feel free to reach out. That is something that we are more than happy to assist you with. I want to end this by saying I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry for what happened to you. You didn't deserve it. It's not your fault. And I'm sorry that you've had this experience. Know that you aren't alone and there are people that deeply care. If you found this helpful, save it, share it with other people, and come back to it as often as you need. And again, I'm sorry for what you have experienced. I know it was awful. I'm sending you all of the prayers, all of the light, and all of the love. Thanks for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it.